Hey, welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. I'm John Tobacco. It's a Table Talk Tuesday, and Liquid Lunch did not just hatch out of thin air. My good friend, Congressman Vito Fossella, and I embarked on a four-city tour with our Fuzz on the Lens team. We sat down at the table with regular American folks, Hillary fans, Trump fans. We had a dinner. We sat around the kitchen table and talked about what drove Donald Trump into office. And you see those cute little table talk bump-ins. That was basically the forefather of Liquid Lunch. And we've come a long way since then. We're in the Question Tequila Studios. Today the market is down 270 points, but stay calm. These big dips, they're happening a lot lately. Volatility, trade fears. I think Trump's got a rabbit in his hat, and we're going to get some great news out of the China stuff. And great news indeed it is for us when we're joined on set not only by my co-host who's returned from his honeymoon, but Jen Kerns joins us today. Jen, thanks so much.
Every day is a honeymoon here at Liquid Lunch.
Yeah, the honeymoon is over. I can tell you that.
What are you drinking there, speaking of Liquid Lunch?
Yeah, what is that?
This is a matcha latte, but I feel it needs to be a vodka matcha latte.
A matcha latte?
I made it at home because I'm so cheap and I invest well. I make it at home for pennies on the dollar. I do not go to coffee stores. So there you go.
That's pretty amazing. A
bring your own
matcha
drink.
latte.
That's it.
I like that.
I like it too.
So,
I do need vodka in it, though.
You know, Jen was a former speechwriter for Fox News for their debates. She's also the spokesperson for the California Republican Party. She contributed to The Hill. You do it all, but you always make time for us. What's this news coming out now with Kevin McCarthy? 63% of Americans are against impeachment. How can we believe this poll, Jen?
Well, look, I've run the numbers. You're a numbers guy. You guys are numbers guys here down on Wall Street. I'm a numbers gal. Have lived and died at the ballot box on numbers for the last 15 years. So numbers don't lie. It really is true. Kevin McCarthy has this new poll coming out that says that 63% of Americans do not want impeachment for any reason. And that is the interesting part, for any reason. Not for a phone call to Ukraine, not even talking to Vladimir Putin, not caught with a donkey, not in a mouse, not in a house. As the Dr. Seuss book would go, for no reason, 63% of Americans do not want impeachment. And that number actually matches a Politico Morning Consult report, no conservative rag there, left-wing paper, 2 weeks ago that said support for impeachment was only 35%. So that is significant. What I thought was also interesting in the McCarthy poll is that 73% of the people who do want impeachment, which is a small number,
We're for it already.
We're for it already, long before the Ukraine call.
Nothing to do with Ukraine.
Nothing
to
do
see
with
here,
Ukraine.
boys. Nothing to see here. New impeachment? Yeah, I'm for that. I'm for that too.
That's
Finding
right.
every week it's a new impeachment. So far, we got the original impeachment for Mueller. Then we have the Kavanaugh. They want to impeach Kavanaugh from the bench. Now we got the Ukraine impeachment. Our audience is getting confused which impeachment we're talking about.
Well,
at this point.
this is the Maxine Waters crowd that wanted him impeached on the day of his inauguration.
But you know, so to me, I don't care whether the public, beyond the interest in the political implications of it, I don't care whether the public thinks the president should be impeached or not. But there was because I think it's so absurd when you know he's not going to be removed from office. What's the point? The only poll that matters is the 100 members of the United States Senate and the 435 members of the House of Representatives. But there was a poll out either this morning or yesterday from the Washington Post, and I know it skews very anti-Trump, that shows a majority of Americans do support an impeachment inquiry. So isn't it just sort of like picking your poison? You know, Kevin McCarthy cites a right-leaning poll that shows people don't want impeachment. Washington Post cites a left-leaning poll that shows people do want impeachment.
Blah, 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 blah. If you remember...
It all becomes how you ask the question.
And I often watch the left-wing media in the morning to get my juices flowing so I can come in here and perform. And I, from time to time, tune into Morning J.O., if you ever see that show in the morning. But through the whole presidential race, every poll says there is no path to victory for Donald Trump.
Right, that's what
and
I'm
he
saying.
won. There was no path to victory So these polls mean nothing. They mean J-O.
And,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the point here.
That's what
You
they're
have
doing.
to look at the polls. I have a chart on my desk that has a list of the polls that got the 2016 election wrong, and I adjust the math accordingly. I look at those polls. But here's where polls are important, and they inform and they influence members of Congress. So you talked about those key seats that are up for grabs. There are 3 numbers you need to know: 31,
That's the big one.
13, and 19. So there are 31 seats that are in districts where Donald Trump won.
That's right.
13 of those seats, Donald Trump won by more than 6 points.
That's
so
right.
those people are going to have a hard time. Those are Democrats.
That's like,
going to have a hard time voting for impeachment.
I don't know if you saw the lead-in.
Yeah.
But I am hot on the trail of this guy Max Rose, who's exactly that. He's won a district in the last term.
Yep.
His district went more than 6 points for Donald Trump in the presidential. And I don't know if you saw, but I actually helped organize a little rally at his office.
Good for you.
People need to start doing that stuff again. You can't just go on Facebook and write these long screeds that nobody cares about. You got to get out in the streets and do this stuff.
Right, exactly right. And America has lost that Tea Party rally effect. There was a reason that people showed up and sort of bullied these people at their parking lots and at their offices. That matters in their districts. The other number that matters, 19 seats are all that Republicans need to win back the House. So you look at that 31 map, 31 of those seats are in districts Donald Trump won. 13 of those seats are where Donald Trump won by 6+ points. 19 is all it takes to win back the House. Did you know that's fewer seats than the Democrats had to win in 2018 midterms to win back the House?
So we really need 13.
Not insurmountable.
We need the 13 that Trump won by 6.
Yep.
And then we got to target 6 more.
Yep.
That it was a little closer.
Yep.
We get 19. We got to get Jen on with Jeff Webb from the New American Populist because their mission is to put money into grassroots organizations that want to take back all 31 seats.
There you go. And
so
hey,
we got to give the new calculus.
Women for a Great America, my group, we're going to the #1 targeted congressional seat. It's in Oklahoma, where every county went red for Trump, but Democrats were able to flip a congressional seat, CD5. It's the #1 and #2 race in the country, depending on which publication. And we're going to make some noise down there just like you are, because that seat in the heartland should not be going to the Democrats.
No, and you know what? I'm going to hitch my wagon to the Women for America, Trump America. What is it called?
Come with us.
What's
Women for a Great America.
Women for a Great America and Liquid Lunch are going to be hounding all of these freshman Congress people who deserve to get washed right back out of the office they supposedly came in on the wave. But Jen, thank you so much. You're the bomb. We'll keep you posted, but if you want to do a rally, you want to go after any of these Congress people, we don't want to bully them, but we want to express our First Amendment rights peacefully and let them know that we don't agree with them. You're watching Liquid Lunch. Our good friend Jaden Horn joins us right after this. Back in a few.